Crap, y'all caught me drinking my coffee. What's going on, everybody? So we've had an exciting week. Hello, Mama Freddie, Sonia, Kuya, Pio, Nunya. What's going on with everybody? I just decided I'd do a pop up. We got some news broadcasts. I got a lot of news broadcasts that'll be coming out on OTWP Report. Some are videos, some are premieres, and some is a live stream. But I think with it's been quite the week here. It's been quite the week. Do I have a 10 by 10? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've had quite the week with this situation on the back acreage, Nunya. I'll tell you what. Uh, you're a hoarder. You throw nothing away. Well, and it's actually, that's what I want to talk about this morning because like with the crunch and the hyperinflation and people losing their jobs and just all those wonder, those things. Mama Freddie, don't smack me so hard first thing in the morning. That's not very nice of you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Mama Freddie. Hope you and your family are doing good. But what? Hello, Artist Anya. I think that there's so many things that people do throw away, and I'll tell you what, Mama Freddie, stop it. When we were down in Ichituckney, when we were managing the campground, I was like, I really needed Nunya to make a big deck. I wanted because it was like you walked up to the RV and it was a dust bowl, and then you walked up the steps and you were always tramps and all that stuff in, right? So pallets, and I've done so many things with pallets. I'm going to talk about several things, but pallets is one of probably my favorites. And that deck, I actually used pallets to make the foundation of that deck, and that deck was really actually awesome. Also, there's so many things that we don't throw away around here. I'll touch base on the trespasser BS after I talk a little bit about this subject because that's what people are coming here for, right? I don't want to do that clickbait stuff, right? But I think the deck was like a huge thing, and also the pop tab. The pop tabs. We use a lot of those pop tabs. Um, I've used them for fishing line. I've used them for hangers. I mean, a few different things. I'm gonna show you right here. I'm gonna show you how nice this deck turned out too. So you can. That's not quite centered, but go figure, right? Go figure. That's me. Um, Not centering stuff. But there's the deck, Nunya, and it turned out really nice. And so the whole bottom of that deck was actually pallets, and a few of them were off, and we had to shimmy them up a little bit. But overall, that deck was level and square. And then the only thing I bought wood for was the top. And actually, I'm going to do that this spring. So I'll take you all on that journey. We're going to have a big deck put. I'm going to build it out here in the front, and I'm using pallets to do the base again. And if you start out with a pretty level ground, you can do amazing jobs with pallet. I've made everything from tables to chairs to really cool gun containers with pallets. I think pallets are a really cool way that you can recycle and repurpose. Plus, like we got those pallets, I think for like $5 each at Itch Tuckney at the campground, which these pictures are of. We got them for free. So free is even better. Hey, Tam Tam. So the deck turned out really nice at the campground, and I'll show you. Hey, Boo. It did turn out really nice, and it was a big deck. You can see that. Our RV's 36 foot long, so it was 36 foot long and about 14 or 16 foot wide. And now I want to say, don't go to the extreme and recycle and repurpose camper shells like this guy did. I had to throw in a little humor this morning because it's been a trying week here in the Ozarks. But don't recycle, repurpose your camper shells like that. I don't suggest it. It could fly off that little wagon. It could be a devastating situation. So I just thought I'd bring a little humor, of course, the off the wall prepper way. But I think that using many of these things that we don't think about, one thing that me and Dragonflies do, and when I'm getting low on fire starter, at the post office, everybody gets those free newspapers, right? They get those free newspapers all the time. So what I'll do is I will pit, and they all throw them in the same spot. They throw those free newspapers up on the counter, and so I'll pick up a stack of them and bring them home and make fire starters out of them. Junk mail, you could use your junk mail, your packaging paper, your paper, any paper that you have, and we get a lot of junk mail. I don't know about y'all, but we get a lot of junk mail. So you could definitely use that for fire starters and that type of thing. The other thing that a lot of people do is throw out their disposable razors, right? And the cartridges. If you use a razor saver sharpener, like it's just a little piece, you can actually get an extra year out of those razors without, scuffing up your face or your legs or your arms or whatever. The other thing. Oh, not your arms. Ladies, do y'all shave your arms? I hope not. Maybe it's your underarms you shave. I don't know. But those plastic zipper bag ties, that's another one thing that we save a lot, like from the bread wrapping and stuff, because you use those for a lot of stuff. Yes, you could go ahead and, yeah, go ahead and throw those in there, Boo. I'm just going to give you words of advice. Throw those in that to start a fire. Let them burn. Well, no, no, because it might be important, Boo, and then you'd be in trouble, right? Hey, all American prepper. But there's so many things that, like our ancestors would probably be appalled at all the stuff that we throw away, right? We throw away so much stuff that could be reused or recycled. I love pallets. I could get on a kick about pallets, but also spray bottles. A lot of time people will throw out spray bottles because the sprayer doesn't work or whatever, instead of reusing them or recycling them. And I think the one thing about reusing stuff is that one, of course, it's better for the environment, but two, you're saving yourself money. I put ammo in the plastic spray bottles. So after I clean them, rinse them out, let them dry for a few days, air dry, I have plastic spray bottles full of ammo. Maybe it's not the best way to say keep it, but I do it. There's so many things you could put in spray bottles. You could also, if you don't have a lot of room, you could use them for spices. You could use them for rice. You could use them for beans, anything like that. We also use the liter bottles for beans, and I think that that's really an important thing that we like start taking the time to recycle. I've talked about the candle wax, the wax melts, the crayons. The kids bust the crayons. They barely colored with it and they snap it in half. If you start saving those in a bag or in a bottle, a spray bottle, you would have a way to make candles. And I think with what's coming in 2024, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I think that this year is going to unravel. And when it does, as it unravel, it's going to be really something that is going to shake us financially. That's my big concern is a lot of people are already losing their jobs, and that's why I thought I'd bring some down to earth prepping on this morning. Sometimes we need to shake ourselves and go, okay, let me get out of the news because there's a lot of news, and I will be bringing it to OTWP report. But I think that really, when it really boils down to it, right, that like even your coffee grounds, you can reuse your coffee grounds. You can reuse your food scraps. There's so many ways that you could use stuff to make a compost. You could, for your garden. eggshells and coffee grounds work wonders as that little added insulation for your vegetable gardens. And so the big thing that we've been on is rainwater. And I'll tell you what, folks, right now we're supposed to go get water today, go figure, and we're supposed to get 5 inches of snow. So now we're pushing it back another 2 days. But water wise, we're fine because one, I have so many rain catches set up now, and I have one on the back deck. It's only for the pets. It's just a tote, and it free falls. Any water that falls in there, it just free falls. There's no specific way that it gets in there. It just free falls, and that thing's full. And that water, I have tested it. I'll show you real quick. I've been testing it with the TDS tester, and somebody asked me about this the other day. So if you look on Macari, I got a really good deal on a couple of these. So I have two of them. But these TDS testers are really easy to use. You just pull off the end here, stick it in the water, push the button, and it gives you a reading. When it gives a reading, it tells you if it's good water or bad. We're getting great water right now from God, right? From God, free of charge. So, you get coffee grounds. Hello, RR. Um, so I think that this, having a TDS tester is important, especially with us because of the rain water that we're using. We have really utilized the rain, and so this tote on the back deck is just for the animals outside. So we let it fill up, and right now it's full, and I just fill their water bowls out of it. But I did TDS test it to make sure that they weren't getting some crappy, cruddy water, right? And it's fine. Um, the other thing is our rain catches in the front are we're utilizing them enough that we keep dumping 300 gallons in. I really am ready to go get about 2,000, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that today because this snow that's coming down is kind of like slick snow. Hey, what's up? What's up, Pete? How you doing? Yes, it's this situation. I'm going to talk about it in just a minute after I talk about the main topic, RR, because this situation with these intruder crap has been extreme, a little extreme, right? Thank you, thank you, Pete. Thanks a lot. So that's one thing is I would suggest that you get a TDS tester because by using this TDS tester, at least you can make sure that the water coming in is decent. I would honestly, I'll say this about hey Miss Needle, we're okay, folks. Everybody calm down. You know that I'm a prepper now, so we're just trying to do things. Well, I'll tell you, I'm gonna take a break from the subject just a minute, so I see that y'all are concerned about me and dragonflies. I'm gonna tell you this: the call last night was to create a paper trail. By creating a paper trail, we have now called the fire department. Right? We called the fire department. We called the landowner twice that owns the 300 that we also purchased this from. So I want to address it a minute because I know y'all are concerned, like, because it did get a little, especially when the sheriff. I called the sheriff last night. We heard a someone in the back with a chainsaw, and I'm like, dragonflies, go out there and make sure that it's not coming from a different direction. But why is somebody using a chainsaw at like 8:30 at night? Why? Which is unusual for out here to hear that kind of sound. So she went out there and she's like, no, it's definitely coming from the back acreage. I said, okay. So I called the sheriff, talked to the 911, right? Then they transfer, and so so that's a paper trail. Then they transfer me over to the sheriff, talk to the sheriff. There's another paper trail. So we got the fire. Think about what I'm saying here, folks. I have to say it in my own way. We got the fire department. We got the landowner, right? Voice recording, actual conversation. We got the 911. We got the sheriff's department. Somebody else that's a dispatcher. Then we had two sheriffs come out here. So if you think about this, this is a paper trail. This is a paper trail because I'm at the point that when the sheriff said what he said to me last night, they went all the way back on the back acreage to the lean tube. When they got back there, I told him where to go look at these burn marks. And What he discovered that I didn't and dragonflies didn't pay attention to is everywhere they were burning is power lines, power boxes, and electrical stuff, right? Electrical stuff in the Quonset where he was burning in the back, electrical stuff where he burnt the 4 or 5 trees. There's a box right there. Over there where they started the major where the major fire could have started, that is also, and you heard me on the video say, dragonflies, check that box and see if the electric's off, if both of the breakers are off, because they're supposed to be off. So it was very interesting when he came back after they did the check back there. And of course, because it took him an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 25 minutes to get out here, right? Just to get here. So I have 2 points. One, paper trail. Two, what he said about the electrical is very concerning to me. Why would the person target the electric, right? Arson? Um, Stupid? Drugs? I don't know. What I do know is we also talked about the black truck. This black truck has been seen in different and it's somebody said, is it kids? And I said, no, it's not kids. It is a man. It's a man. I seen him. And the only reason I seen him, folks, is me and Dragonflies were coming down to our corner. And this was over 2 months ago when this black truck started appearing around here. When we were coming down to the corner, there was a black truck in front of us. I wasn't really paying attention to him. He was driving, I was driving, but he went up our hill. Our hill, as you all know, is a private road. So as he went up the hill, I was like, what is this guy doing? Why is he coming up there? Maybe he's coming to our place. Well, let's see what he does. No, he continued to go to the back acreage. And that's when it caught my eye that he had no license plate. So they've also seen this vehicle around town. The thing is maybe there's another investigation open about this black truck. Maybe the sheriffs will put two and two together and the local police department and say, this guy, whoever he is causing harm. It's one man. It's not a bunch of people. It's one man. And also, he had the audacity, the balls, to change my alarm down at the bottom. So he scoped that alarm and figured out it was there. So, which I'm surprised. But the only reason we know that is because we went and checked the alarm. The alarm, the solar alarm, was turned, and it was turned to low. It's never been on low. We've had that alarm, as y'all probably know. I think I showed that, 2 years ago? And we just keep adding to it. So it is concerning. It is concerning. But I want to say that, we're taking steps. There's one, I hate to do it, but I think we have to, is that we're going to put up the gate. The gate was supposed to get done this weekend, but now it's snowing and all this crap. My weekend is Sunday, Monday, as y'all know. So we're going to bring the gate up here, put it up toward the front, and put another no trespassing sign. I ordered a solar bright light. So if somebody pulls up, they're going to get beamed in their eyes for one. They'll be able to see the no trespassing, and it'll just be another added layer of protection. But the other thing is that I hate to do this, but I'm going to. Because we've had so many problems between the dogs killing the kittens, this guy, we had the kids back there having a campfire. I am going to purchase some chain link fence, and we're going to add another perimeter around the cabin, which I think is a good idea. A sprinkler system outside. Yeah, I think a fence, a chain link fence. My friend has the guy that I have come out here sometime. He helps me do work that I can't do by myself because of my knee. He has 100 foot of 8 foot high, and we're going to do 8 foot high like what we used to have in Alabama. We used to actually have 8 foot high chain link fences all around our property in Alabama, and it was an acreage. But I feel like this: one, it will protect our dogs, it'll protect the cats, it'll protect us, it'll protect the cabin. Somebody asked me. There's been a lot of questions about the situation. Um, the only thing that me and Dragonflies can do is keep adding layers. because it's like every time we add a layer, somebody figures out another way to come in. And I think that it's really important in 2024 is because it's not only going to happen to us. I mean, one of our people right now in the chat had someone that skipped over their house because they had bright lights. I have another channel sub that we all know actually got their house shot up. You know, these crimes and these things are going to continue to happen. I think that the best thing that we can do is keep adding layers of protection. And when it comes to inside our homes, I'm going to say this: it took an hour and 20 minutes for the sheriff to respond. So when you really think about it, you know, it comes down to we're really on our own, and you are too. And don't think that you're not, because we really all are on our own. The thing is will the first responders not be able to respond in a chaotic situation, right? And that's going to happen to everybody. It's not going to just happen to me and dragonflies because we're in the forest. It's going to happen to every single one of us if all this nonsense and all this chaos just continues to escalate. We're all going to be in a real shit show. And so I think by providing a paper trail, one, if I have to go to an extreme, a judge would look at that if I had to go in front of a judge, and he would say, look, they called here, 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 and here, and this didn't stop. And then the person tried to come into the cabin to perpetrate a crime, and they did what they had to do. You know, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And that's really honestly how I feel about it. That is honestly how I feel about it. If he comes on this property in this cabin, there's no holdback. And I'm not trying to be Billy Badass. It's just the fact. It's just the fact. What's that? Yeah, yeah, very true. Our remaining roaming prepper. Oops, hold on, y'all. Hold on, hold on. See, this guy's been coming in and out at all different times. So the alarm just went off. So that's why I wanted to get over here by the door and see if I see the black truck, because I'm not. Oh, okay, good deal. I guess that woke somebody up. I guess that woke somebody up. The landowner. The landowner just the landowner just came across the landowner just came across my zone. So I left a message there late last night and told him what was going on. So he just came across the zone. He'll probably be coming here in a minute and say, like, you know, this is what's going on, or we don't know who the hell's doing it, whatever. Good thing is they got up off their duffs and came out here. That's a good thing because we hardly ever see them, right? Very true. Very, very true. I don't know, Harvest Merry Moon. I don't think it's that, honestly. I think that the guy is squatting back there. I think that he may be on drugs. And obviously, why are you driving around with no license plate, right? Um, I'm going to end up probably changing the topic of this live stream, and then I'll do the 11 things. I'll put them out as a video because I can tell that y'all are concerned, and I am concerned. I'm concerned. You know, this nonsense has gone on too long, and it's. I was supposed to take a new position. Well, the position would have me out of town 3 days a week. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Um, I would love to go back on the road, have a van, work van, how I used to do videos all the time on the road and stuff. But me and Dragonflash really talked about it. Like, I was even getting a studio apartment because this was such a good promotion for me for a different company. But I'm not going to do it. I cannot see right now um, leaving her here alone, and that's just how, you know, my heart is leading me not to take the position. So I'm going to step down from it. I got to call them today. Um, I already had it set up and everything, and they called me. I was actually supposed to go to St. Louis for a meeting. Yeah, 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 exactly. That's. I think that Be safe, roaming prepper. Be safe out there, man. There's too much nonsense going on. I uh, I think that honestly is that yeah, I am listening to my guts. I am listening to my gut, honestly, because you know, dragonflies is my world, and like, not that she can't handle her own. I mean, honestly, but two people are better than one, and if I was gone and something happened or this problem escalated even more, then what? Right? Then what? It's just one of those things that I think needs to be dealt with, and I need to deal with it quickly. That's why, like, I'm raising all flags right now, and I mean, I'm raising all flags. We're gonna do what we got to do to secure this place even more. And I don't want to put up a chain link fence. I really don't. I love the view. I love the freedom of the acreage. But I think that having another perimeter around this cabin is not a bad idea, right? 8-foot chain link. Hey, Patriot No Jab. I'm glad you got your extra goodie in there. Most of you should have already gotten your auction items. If you haven't, there's like three, I think, left. Three that are going out. So they might have to wait till tomorrow. It depends if I can get down the hill after a bit in this car. But I think that when it comes to the perimeter, right, it is really important, to use plants, utilize things around you, whatever it may be, because there's no there's no second guessing yourself. There's no taking the time to go, okay, well, I did this and did this, and now this happened. And just like with us, like Dragonflies, honestly, she took it upon herself, and I kind of got onto her on it. I kind of got onto her because she went back there by herself because it was bothering her. And then she came and got me. And I told her, I said, we're in this together. We're in this together. And we, if anything, at least come get me first before you make steps like that. Because what if she would have walked back there or drove back there and there would have been more than one? What if she would have drove back there and they would have been armed? You know, there's a lot of what ifs into every scenario that we talk about, that we look at, and those things can happen so damn quick. That's the problem, is they can happen so quick. I think with this situation, we've been having issues there, and the issues just seem to keep on escalating, and we get rid of one, and something different happens. She's stubborn. But I think that, I guess my point is exactly what Lane's saying, is to not take chances. Just like last night, I could have been Billy Badass. I could have got in the car, got my rifle, got my sidearm, went out there. But what am I walking into in the dark, right? See, being a prepper doesn't always mean that. Yes, sometimes we're gonna have to step to the plate, and you may be on your own, and you may have to say, this is it, and react and go with your gut. But also, while we have the opportunity to learn from these things, that's why I bring them to the channel, is you all have an opportunity to learn from what we're going through right now. And we've done a lot of things. Y'all have known that. We're going on 4 years we've been here, and we've reinforced doors, windows, added, I don't just tell y'all about stuff, we actually do it. And I've showed him before. I mean, we got bars, we got all kinds of things, because, you know, like this right here, this is a very simple gadget. You see the little curve, put it right in your doorknob. We have taken the steps because that's what started me on a preparedness journey anyway, right? So this is adjustable, but the nice thing is at the bottom it has this foot. So if somebody tries to push the door open, that foot digs down into the ground. And the thing is this was what started me prepping in the, what was it? Well, I got out of the Navy, so I moved to Los Angeles, so it had to have been like 80, maybe 89, 90. And this is why I started prepping, because I've told the story before. laying there in the bed, I didn't want to open up my eyes because I felt somebody was in my room. And when I opened up my eyes, I was right, and the fight was on. And that's what got me going into prepping, because when you have your own home invaded by some asshole that you don't know, that's not supposed to be there, it makes you like say, well, shit, I ain't ready for this, you know? And so everywhere that me and Dragonflies have traveled, even when we were nomads on the RV, we always had layers. We slept in shifts. We had added layers of protection. We have a zapper that can zap through a metal car door and give you a jolt, because I got it from a sheriff, because he was concerned about us. And he was my buddy. And he, before we left Alabama, he said, KJ, I want you to have this. And he said, if you use it, trust and believe anybody's going to feel it, because we can use it through our car door. And I was like, holy shit. He said, so don't play with it. It's not like something that you say, hey, you want to test this out? Because if you test it out, you might really get the knockdown, right? Or you might have cardiac arrest from it, because it's that high powered. Um, Do I know the legalities of it? Not really. I don't. Um, I know that it would protect dragonflies immensely, or myself. I think that with all the things that are happening and all the crimes and everything, the shit is out of control. It's out of control. You know? Yeah, yeah. Well, and there's a difference. You always want to start out playing offense. You do. You want to start out playing offense, doing anything and everything you can to protect you and your family and your kids, your animals even. There's been some horrific, actual sick crap happening to people's pets, and I don't even want to go into it. It's that disgusting. But you have to play offense first, and hope that you do well. And then when it's breached, that's when you set up another layer of, this is where we're at. We need to add to it and set up a deeper aspect of this, right? Most definitely a deeper aspect. I think that the paper trail is really important, though. And how many of you in the chat right now would say, yeah, a paper trail is definitely important? Because if you think about it and think about all the things, hold on a minute. Um, oh, I got a thing from the sheriffs. Hold on one second. Interesting. So they actually sent me an automated message from the sheriff's office about telling how, if I was happy or not. Well, an hour and a half later, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Um, and one from the landowner just telling me that he's back there, which that's cool. I just needed to look at it because I was like, okay, why am I all of a sudden getting text message after text message? And I guess I stirred the pot enough to hopefully get the landowner to make some moves and do some things, because I'll tell you what, folks, he was supposed to move the gate, not me, and he didn't move the gate, obviously. So now here we are at this situation. I need coffee. I came on about 11 things and ways to save money and stuff like that, but I'll do it in maybe a premiere or another broadcast. Um, I spoke yesterday about paper trails and pull cash. Some things you want to paper trail, some things you don't. Yeah, yeah, no, that's true. Or wow, Teresa, wow. See, so this is the thing. Look at the comments in the chat, folks. It took them an hour and 45 minutes, and I was defending myself. You know what they told me? To hide. Huh. Well, that's the thing. How long does it take for somebody, quick, quick, you know? Wow. Well, because okay, now there is Boo. I will tell you this. So if I would call and say I'm on top of this guy, and you better hurry up because I'm holding him at gunpoint, right? I'm just going to give you a scenario. I'm holding this guy at gunpoint. They would be here in a hot flash. They would be here quick, right? They would be. Did I say hot flash? That's funny. Because like I guess because I've heard that from dragonflies a few times. Let me stop. Okay, she's gonna get mad at me if she hears me say that about her. Anyway, they would be here so damn quick. Or if I called and said, "Forget, forget sending the sheriff. You need to send the coroner." How quick do you think that cops and sheriffs would be on this cabin? Quick, right? Quick. But see, they look at that situation. The crime has already been committed. There's nothing they can do at this point. They probably won't retrieve your car. If you got your car back, I'm surprised, right? So I think they have to prioritize, especially when it comes to the police or the sheriff. If there's a active shooter incident, right? An active shooter incident, they're going to be out there quick because they know that it's active. If they know that somebody has already been shot and killed, they are going to be looking for the perpetrator off of the report. And that's why it's so important. Like he kept asking me what was the make of the truck. I can't remember, folks. And y'all know I have some memory issues sometimes. I cannot remember. Usually I remember things like that. I just cannot remember. I know it's black. I know it's lifted. Um, I know there's no license plate on it. What make it is, I don't know. I don't even remember seeing an emblem on the truck. So that's why it's so important if a crime is being committed against you, is to take the time and go, okay, hold on. Or if you see a crime happening, that you, as quick as possible, put it in your head. This guy's 5'7", he's 6 foot, he's as big as my husband. My husband weighs 250 pounds, or whatever. Use those things to make a a profile of the person or the thing that happened. And I think that that's like something that we don't take into consideration sometimes. You're going to call now after the fact. And I understand Harvest Merry Moon. No. Do you know that the police don't have to defend you? They don't have to put their life at risk. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Uh, hold on a minute again, folks. Hold on. Okay, for some reason, Channel 4 is not getting hit. Only Channel 1. That's really weird. See, we also took the step, I'm over here, to see he must already went through Channel 1. But we also took the step at our front door. I need coffee too. We took the step at the front door to add a film that will keep people front. We can look out and see them. They can't see us. Um, we're doing, we know we're doing as many things as we can to protect our home. But I think that like when it really boils down to it, that we have to take the steps. The sheriffs and the police departments are not there to protect us. They're there if, I mean, honestly, like RR said, if there's a situation, they're going to try to respond. They're going to try to help. But the thing is it only takes a matter of just, a minute in your own home for you to lose your life. And that's why it's so important to prep. Also, to know the legalities of each and every state, whatever state you live in. You need to know the legalities. You need to know the legalities of, okay, well, like I know a sheriff out in Los Angeles. What he told me is that if something happens, make sure they're inside. He said, and this is back in the 90s. He said, make sure they're inside your property, inside your home. And I will tell you in detail what he said. Um, hello. Hey, Royal Linus. Details really. Thank you, Crazy Farm. Yeah, well, and honestly, the situation that happened in Los Angeles has never left my mind. Um, I've told the story before, and when you have when you have those things happen to you, especially when the perpetrator, is actually in your property, inside your bedroom, that is eye-opening. I don't give a shit who you are. That's eye-opening. Also, many of you know that after I got out of the Navy, for over 20 years, I worked with crime prevention. I worked with the narcotics officers, and I also worked with a nonprofit organization out of California. And so I seen all kinds of horrific crimes. I seen portfolios of these horrific crimes. Was not an officer. Okay, so let's get that straight before somebody goes, "You weren't an officer," or "You were an officer." I was not. I did different things in with them. That's what I can say. Um, so I think that the biggest thing is that we have to take the steps, and we have to continue to take the steps, because there's no turning back if they get inside your property. If they get inside your actual home or cabin or apartment, there's no turning back. I'm going to tell you a horrific story. When I was in the Navy, in the barracks, there used to be a girl, and they called her Porky. And I'm like, why are they calling this chick Porky, right? Nice woman. She worked with me. She was the air traffic controller. I worked at the airfield. So our barracks on the island had men and women. They were like little studio apartments. We each had our own bathroom, and then we had a couple big congregation rooms, right? So I was watching TV one night, and she came out there, and me and her started talking. And she was like, I said, I got to ask you something. I said, why in the hell do they call you Porky? And she goes, do you really want to know? She goes, it's pretty bad. And I'm like, if you want to share it, tell me. She lifted up her t-shirt, and y'all, she had a slit from right here all the way down, right? All the way down from her neck, all the way down to like her bikini line. And it was a thick scar. Like you could tell that that whatever happened to her, they had to like really work hard to save her life. And I was like, holy shit, and she was like, they call me Porky because I was in the barracks, not on the island, but where she was stationed at before. She was in the barracks. She had dated this guy for a couple times. He became obsessed with her. She went back to the barracks. She was walking down the hall, and he said, hey. And she turned around to see who it was. And when she turned around, he took a knife from here all the way down and slit her open and left her there for dead. And these things can happen. The whole point of me telling you this horrific story about her is these things can happen in a blink of an eye. I could have went out there last night, but I think about these stories that people have told me, or things I've went through, and there's going to be a time when we don't have the assistance of law enforcement or first responders. We definitely don't have the assistance right now of the government to protect our best interest. I'm going to say that sooner or later, when this pops off in the United States in a brutal way, it is going to be very important for you to be on point, for you to feel it in your heart and your spirit and your gut and say, nope, I'm walking into a bad situation. Oh, well, come trade some rice with me. I got rice and you need this. And you have a bad feeling. My mother and my dad were always really in tune with that. Is that when you have that bad feeling in your gut, in your really in your core of you, don't don't hesitate. Follow that intuition. Follow that gut feeling. Because that gut feeling could give you that added edge, that time to escape, that time not to do it, the time not to go. Follow your gut. And see, we have that animal instinct, that warrior animal instinct of survival built into us. It's in our blood, it's in our very spirit. But many times we are so determined to do the shit we want to do is that we don't listen to that. We go, no, 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 I want to do this and I'm going. And inside your gut saying, you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go meet this person. You shouldn't go on a date with this person. Something's not right, but you still effing do it. And I'll tell you what, if you keep effing doing it and you don't listen to that inner spirit, that inner gut, that divine intervention that's telling you, step back, shut up, and listen to me for once. And if you don't listen to it, sooner or later, it will come and it will bite you like a rattlesnake. It will be so quick and so fast up out of the grass that you will not be able to recover. And that's why I told the story about Porky. You know, I quit calling her Porky. Her name was Teresa. I told her, you didn't deserve that. You didn't deserve for that man to do that to you. And people can joke about it, but it's really kind of screwed up. Your name is Teresa. And she's like, we had a heart to heart. We ended up being very good friends. Um, friend, that's it. But she was a very nice lady, and she was very smart. She was air traffic controller. She was very smart. But I think that the whole point that I'm trying to get across to you today is that just like last night, I could have rushed out there, and I wanted to. I wanted to. I'm sick of what's happening. I'm sick of the situation, right? But there's an opportunity where I can still utilize the services that are available to us. Someday those services won't be available as we watch it all crumble. And when that happens, then it's going to be a different story. Then we will be the sheriff. We will be the posse. We will have to take care of our own things. And we do already. But what I'm saying is if you have the opportunity to achieve a paper trail, set things up better, not always be confrontational, and think about, okay, what else can I do first while I have the opportunity? What can I learn from what OTWP and Dragonflies are going through right now? And, you know, keep on going and do the dang thing, right? Do the dang thing. Walk in faith and not fear, but go with your gut. Yeah, yeah. And it will be. It will be. It will be. I mean, you being in Germany, you're already seeing things escalate to a whole different point than what we're seeing in the United States. We're just getting started. We're just getting revved up, you know? Yeah, yeah. And I want y'all to be very aware. I've gotten like 2 emails and a text message and some comments on some videos. I want you to be aware that there's something funny going on the internet where people's comments are getting changed to completely not what they said at all, to taking and removing one word and changing it to make you a racist, to not allowing, like one of our, she's been on our channel forever. She sent me a screenshot. She tried to comment on one of my videos. And when she tried to comment, it repeated it literally like 1,000 times. It was just the same shit over and over and over and over again. And I was like, what the hell? And then I had someone this morning write that, and somebody else told me too. That's a channel sub. That's one of our anchor channel subs. Is that her and her boyfriend could not access the internet or their phones. See, there's a lot of funny stuff going on, and we'll talk about it over at OTWP Report, I would say this afternoon, because it looks like from the snow, we're not going to be able to go get water. It's coming down. But think about if somebody comments on one of your videos or in one of your chats that it may not be them specifically saying that. Okay? I just want to say that. Um, Billy Boy, Goat, Billy the Goat. Billy the Goat and some other powers that be want to actually kick us off the internet if we're not giving out information that is with propaganda, with the agenda. So that's like, and he's pushing it. He's pushing it all around the world to start banning people like me or you that believes in the freedom of speech. Will it be accomplished, or will it be accomplished without us even knowing? It's just like what's going on with the hoot owl. The hoot owl is trying to bring in what we talked about 6 months ago, is medical sovereignty worldwide. And it is not, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it right now. And I'll talk more in depth over at OTWP report, but I want to touch on it because people were concerned, and I'm concerned, is that what they want to do is they want to slide it through as an agreement. If it is a treaty, right? Anybody that comes to any kind of treaty with the United States has to have 80% or more of Senate approval. If it's an agreement, if I was the president, I can just get an executive order, and just sign it. And now it's an agreement between me and that party, me and the hoot owl. So if you think about that, that is very concerning, because the next big plan is going to occur, that they are pushing it. There is now Alaska pox in Alaska. Don't ask me. Similar to small chicken. Hey, she's a wildflower. There is all these things coming out about the hoot owl saying, well, we want total control over the world, so that if this situation happens again, we can make sure that everybody's okay. We can control the situation and make sure and tell every country what to do with their people. If this agreement is signed, what will be next? Anybody guess? I mean, hey, yeah, 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 for saying certain words, Patriot No Jab. And also, if you purchased a Bible, they were looking at our transactions. So I think that what they want to happen is to crash the system. And by crashing the system, and somebody got mad at me. They said, "You always say hold the line." I say hold the line, but I also say go gray man. I also say that, you have to be a chameleon. I say, over the last 3 years, y'all have heard me talk about being a chameleon. Many times it's going to take us being a chameleon to just survive. Just survive. And I think when they crash the system and you wake up and you go, oh, hold on a minute. Let me see here what I got. Okay, hold on. I got. Hold on. Let me look. Okay. Oh crap, this ain't looking good. I all the banking's gone, and all I got left is what's in my wallet. All I got left is what's in my home safe. All I got left is what's maybe stashed in your car or your sock drawer. And you go, that's it? And then they roll in the CBDC, and you're looking at stuff and you're going, well, I got this stack. I got this stack. I got this stack. We'll be okay. For how long? For how long? And you go, well, nope. I still have money. I still have money on one of those, right? On one of those, I have money. Let me use that. No, cut off. Nope, can't use it. Then what do you do? You know, and don't ever believe that I don't. I believe in holding the line in every aspect that we do, but I also believe in survival. I also believe in being not just surviving, but thriving. And sometimes, if you want to thrive through a very terrible situation, right, you have to be like a chameleon. You have to go gray man. You have to go with the flow. Why have I played that song for 3 years? Go with the flow. Because it is just that. Go with the freaking flow. And without you going with the flow, without you thinking about, I gotta go with the flow, and I don't promote lying, I don't promote hate, I don't promote, pretending, I don't promote that, I don't promote any of that shit, right? But what I'll say is when it really comes down to it, you may have to go with the flow, and by going with the flow, you may have to be put in situations that you really don't wanna be put in, that you sit there and go, "Well, this is some screwed up shit." And me and Dragonflies have talked about it. If you're outnumbered, what do? You go with the freaking flow. You go with it, and you adapt to it, and you come out the other side, and then you can smile. Then you can smile as they leave your home because you went with the flow, because you gave them those special cookies. If you all know what I mean, you give them those special cookies. Um, you know, I don't know. It's a messy world. or can you stash a lot in there? I'm just asking for a friend. I guess that depends on the set, right? What's up, Fats? What's up, Sherry? What- Y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna have another live stream this afternoon. Tonight, I have an all new prepper trivia. Should I save it till Wednesday night or should I have it tonight? There's 20 of you in the chat. Wow, you guys suck. Where's all my peoples at? I guess when I do these pop-ups, that's what happens. Hit a one if you want prepper trivia tonight. All new game. And I think that it's gonna stump y'all. Hit a one if you want to do it tonight. Because we're getting snowed in. Hit a one. I'm giving you 2.2 seconds to hit a one if you want prepper trivia tonight. West Texas Danielle's up in the house. What's up, baby, baby? Uh oh. Uh oh. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna play one song. I got to get out of here. That was the property owner calling me. So I'm gonna play one song on the way out. Y'all enjoy it, and we're gonna have prepper trivia. Everybody's voting for tonight. Y'all keep prepping. Do the dang thing. God bless you from here in the Ozarks to wherever you're at. Make today count. And I'll see y'all. I'll be setting up the live streams today. Don't be a watcher. Be a doer. We just went over 5,000. Well, I'm so excited. Like, it's a long way from 13,000, but we just hit over 5,000 subs between, I guess it was the video about what was happening. Yeah, that's exciting because I worked so hard to get it, with all the things that were happening. And now OTWP just went over 5K. I'm freaking excited. I'm excited. It took 1 year back on YouTube to get it back up over 5,000. Somebody is really freaking listening to me, aren't they? Shit. I'm so excited. I'm like ecstatic because it was 13,000 people, over 1 million views. And that video about what happened on the property, right now what you all can see, it has 756 views. But and you all remember my videos used to get thousands of views. But the thing is I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I had someone comment on OTWP report and they said, I thought you were gone. And they were so excited that they found us again. and I'm happy that people are finding their way back to the OTWP. It was kind of shitty timing on my part with what happened and how off the wall got taken down, but I'm really excited. Don't stretch your speedo out now. No, no, I gotta keep things intact. RR. Oh lordy. Oh, it just made my morning. And I guess I need to get off here and call the landowner and see what they discovered or what they're going to tell me. Y'all, I'll see you later this afternoon. For the topic that we started with, I'll probably put it out as a premiere so that y'all quit getting me sidetracked. But thank you for the thumbs up. Thumbs down are cool too. Just do something, comment, right? And thank you all for everything. I'm really excited. I have dragonflies. Everybody have a good day. And I guess we voted for trivia tonight, so something to do on a Monday night, chilling with the crew. And I think I'm gonna stump y'all's asses. That's what I think. So anyway, God bless you. Till I see you again, my friends. Big prepper hugs. Do the dang thing. Don't give up. Don't give in. And just keep setting up the perimeter. Keep doing it. I'll see you soon, folks that are watching. Sorry about the subject change, but it is what it is because we're off the wall. God bless.